What's up? Well, I'm making a video, and because I have a limited amount of time, I cannot wait for the air conditioner to go off for making it. So, what I want to talk about in this video, it's not an unboxing, but I want to show something that came in the mail. And it's this little, I think it's called Only Hearts Club. It's basically a little doll. They only had girls, and I have another one like her, almost exactly like her, and I'd cut her hair, but she still looks like a girl. And they have the little ones, and I'll show those one day. But I was trying, I guess, to make the other one into a boy, but yeah, I'll just let her be a girl with shorter blonde hair. And the reason why I like this doll is because she's wearing purple, and that goes with my other bedroom. This bedroom is like black and blue and dark purple. My other bedroom is light purple and to a lesser extent pink, like a princess room. So I'm gonna put her in that room, and or she was. I just took her out to show her. Finally, the air goes off, and so I guess I can make this video. Another thing I want to talk about that came in, or it didn't come in, I bought it. You would not believe, okay? I'm not in Texas. Haven't been back to Texas, wow, since I was in my 30s and we moved here. But one of the most shocking things that you would find if you actually came to this state, which I don't want to say where it is, but you have a pretty good idea. That's your clue. And there's a lot of things around here that it's like if you didn't know better, you'd think you were in Texas. You know, there's a Texas Roadhouse that seems confused as to where it is. I always joke about that because they have the American flag, the Texas flag, and the flag of this state, which is very blue. So they have 3 different flags on the Texas Roadhouse instead of just the Texan and American flags. And it's just amazing, you know, because like it's just so much about, you know, this state and its culture that's like it's either indistinguishable from Texas or it's more like the stereotype of what Texas used to be. You know, Texas is actually less Texan than this state in some ways. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the cowboy stereotypes, you know, about people liking country music and cowboy boots and cowboy hats. And, you know, just all the things that used to be really heavily associated with Texas are now more prevalent here because Texas is like becoming northern Mexico, which is what it used to be. You know, it's like you think you're in Mexico when you're in Texas, and you think you're in Texas when you're over here. And it's the strangest thing. You know, you can go to the dollar store and find something like this. And yeah, there's people that like the Dallas Cowboys, you know, more than they do in Texas. And so yeah, you know, it's like so much as like I never left Texas. The weather is very similar. And you know, you could still have Texas Roadhouse if we wanted to drive a little bit. We don't have to go all the way back to Texas to eat at the Texas Roadhouse. We could actually go east instead of west, oddly enough. And so yeah, I'm one of the few people, I like to joke about how, you know, I'm one of the few people in this state that took Texas history. And that's why I say, you know, that this, oh yeah, I was doing more research about the video I made about the dates, and I was exactly right. Friday, May 2nd, there was only one of those my entire 13 years of public school. There's only one Friday, May 2nd. And that had everything to do with the fact that, you know, it hadn't happened in 11 years. Well, it's like, you see, the way it works out is okay, your first birthday that is the same weekday that you were born on, you tend to either be 5, 6, or 11, depending on the leap days, in proximity, like how old you were on your first leap day determines that. In my case, I had a leap day my first year of life. So my first year of life was 366 days, whereas my sister, like most people, had a first year of life that was only 365. So because of that, I already had that second leap day by my 5th birthday. So 5 plus 2 made 7. So that I turned 5 on a Sunday, just like the day I was born. My 5th birthday was a Father's Day Sunday. And then age 11, it happened again because I'd already had that 3rd leap day. So 11 plus 3 was 14. Then I think age 22 was the last time it happened before 28, which is, everybody in 28 years, unless you go through a year like 1900 to mess it up, nearly everyone will have their 28th birthday on the day that they were born. And guess what? The people that do go through such a year like that, it tends to be when they're 29, because it takes another regular year to create that multiple of 7. So yeah, for most people born after 1900 and long before 2100, without exception, turned 28 on the day that they were born. So that's how you can figure it out. So I was really looking into that because, like, at the time it really didn't matter. I mean, I didn't really know or understand these things until many years later, or I wouldn't know them. But Friday, May 2nd, the reason why there was only one during my 7th grade year in all the years of public school was because of the fact that, well, due to the leap years, it hadn't happened in 11 years. The leap day, because like some people, the people who are age 1, whether they're 13 months or 23 months, or 12 or 23 months, doesn't really matter. The people who are 1 year old on their first leap day will not have their birthday fall on that same day until their 11th, till they turn 11. And that's because, for their, like, I want to say like their 5th birthday, it can't happen because they haven't had the second leap day. So it was still like the day before on their 5th birthday. And guess what? By their 6th birthday, they've had the second leap day. So it makes 8. And so it's the day after. So it skips over it. Like if you're born on a Sunday and you're age 1 on your first leap day, well, guess what? You would turn 5 on a Saturday and 6 on a Monday, so that it would skip over it, like. And so yeah, so it hadn't happened, because of the proximity to leap day. That messed it up to where we hadn't had a Friday, May 2nd since, I want to say I was like 2.5. That's right, almost 3. Like not long after I gotten potty trained, embarrassingly enough. But at least I was potty trained before I was 3. So basically, like, I hadn't had Friday, May 2nd, since like I was still under 3 years old, and obviously didn't go to school or daycare or anything of that nature, which is home with my mom all day, oblivious to dates and how they feel. So 11 years later, yeah, I mean, that is, it's amazing. It's like I saw myself as an adult, because my body had pretty much, I'd reached my final height, or did around that time, not long afterward. I was so much like an adult physically that I saw myself as an adult when I was 13. But it's just amazing just how much of a child. I was like so close to being a toddler that the last time we had a calendar exactly like that I was 2.5 years old, so 2 plus 11 is 13. But yeah, it's like, I guess that's how I would perceive a 13-year-old today. You know, like just yesterday they were a baby and a toddler, but yet they think of themselves as an adult like me. And so I'm getting to see things from the perspective of a 40-year-old, and it is very depressing, very depressing. But yeah, I was obsessed with a 40-year-old man, and now that I myself, or he turned 40 that year. Now that I myself am 41 with a little bit of chin hair that I shouldn't have, it's just the weirdest thing. It's like, oh my gosh, you know. What if there was someone today that was born in, 2011 would it be? Yeah, something like that, 2011. That'd be like some kid born in 2011 being obsessed with me at the moment. So yeah, so basically we hadn't had a Friday, May 2nd since I was a toddler, with no awareness whatsoever. Like, I didn't even know the alphabet, let alone the dates. And so because of that leap day in my 2nd grade year, you know, as I was saying, it started off like that. But because of the leap day in 92, it messed it up to the point where instead of a Friday, May 2nd, it was a Saturday, May 2nd. So yeah. And of course, because I was 13 and in the 7th grade, I only had 5 more years left to go to public school. And so by the next time that it happened, you know, 6 years later, 6 years and 1 leap day later, well, the next time May 2nd was a Friday, I would be in college, and, you know, that's another bad story. Another awful day where basically I went to school and we were preparing for the exam that almost ended my life, you know, because I got caught cheating on it and thought I would need to end it because I didn't think my life would ever be the same. And, you know, that was an even worse May 2nd at age 19. But, so yeah, it's just amazing how, you know, Friday, May 2nd found me in 3 very different places, you know, from 86 to, 97 and then 2003. 3 different decades, 3 very different stages of my life. So yeah, just one day. Whereas as an adult, it's like, yeah, things don't really change that rapidly. You know, it's like I went from a 2.5-year-old toddler that had just recently been potty trained in 86 to a 13.5-year-old obsessed with the common cold and how I had one and was missing school for that reason and would never forget it. Obsessed with a man my current age. Well, actually, no, he's younger. He was younger at the time than I am today by 1 year. So, then by 19, you know, I was a legal adult and, you know, would try to end it the following Monday, Cinco de Mayo, because of an exam, you know, all about cheating on an exam. And then I want to say the next time it happened, from 2003, was it 2008 or something like that? Yeah, the short period, the 5-year interval, because we had the 2 leap days or something like that. Yeah, 2004 and 2008. So those 2 leap days made it 7 a little bit sooner. So 2008, by that point, I was I was still 24, almost 25, and I'd only had 1 cold that year in February. Yeah, and let's see. Oh yeah, that was the year of Hurricane Ike, and that would happen, you know, a few months later, like 4 months later in September or something like that. So yeah, just want to talk about that. How, and like the other Friday the 2nds that happened. Okay, so there would be none, you know, in the whole rest of the time I was in junior high, because in 8th grade it happened in January, and that was the day after New Year's, Friday, because New Year's was a Thursday. So Friday, January 2nd, 1998 was still Christmas, New Year holiday. Then October you know, when I was in 9th grade, that, you know, that was like, well, you know, about, what, 6 weeks before the Friday the 13th in November. And then guess what? In April, Friday, April 2nd of 1999, that was Good Friday. And then, of course, there was July 2nd, that was over the summer. And then my whole sophomore year, it didn't happen at all. Friday the 2nd, because July to the following September, well, it's like you go through a 14-month period where the date doesn't happen that way. If it is not a leap year or something like that. Or no, wait a minute. So we went from July, I want to say like, yeah, something like that. No, wait a minute. It was a leap year. In the 10th grade, in the year 2000, oh my gosh, the only leap day of my teens was around the time that I had the chicken pox from my little sister. Oh my gosh. So, 99 to 2000, but we went through a long period of time where we didn't have a Friday the 2nd. So like, yeah, 99, that was the end of my freshman year. And I think when you have the leap year the following year, I think you go all the way to June or something like that, but you go through a long time either way. And so like, something like that. It was like over the summer. It's like the whole year we didn't have it again. And so then it wouldn't happen again until February and March. I want to say like I was a junior or something like that. Yeah. And then November of my senior year, and that was the last Friday the 2nd. I'm pretty sure my senior year in November was the last Friday the 2nd, because guess what? Once I graduated, it would start all over again with Friday, August 2nd before I would enter college, and then we'd have that Friday, May 2nd in 2003, you know, my first year of college. So yeah, that's how it is. So it's like it only happened a handful more times, you know, like, yeah, just a few more times the rest of my school days. So not many more times. So yep. The other thing I want to end with is this is, you know, the doll with the prosthetic leg that I wasn't gonna get, but I decided to put him in white pants so that, you know, if my parents ever find this, they won't know why I wanted him. But yeah, it's more the head sculpt that I like than anything, not so much the prosthetic leg, although that makes him unique. But I mean, that head sculpt is awesome. I just wish there were more dolls like that. So yeah, that's just a few of the things I got, and I'll go ahead and post this video.